Okay, last video for tonight. It's easier for me to make videos because then I get to let people watch them, and sometimes I'm humorous when I do it, sometimes I'm not. Maybe sometimes I'm humorous to you guys all the time, I have no idea. But anyway, lady just asked a question on the group. She says, I want to do a cycle, like 2 weeks keto, 1 week carnivore, 2 weeks keto, 1 week carnivore. Give me your thoughts, facts, stuff like that on it. Here's the deal. That would probably work fine. But you have to understand, when you switch from one protocol of eating, ketogenic protocol, you're having vegetables, fiber, things of that nature, your digestive tract, your microbiome, your gut flora, everything is switching and becomes tailored to that. And some of us know that it takes 30 to 60 days to become adjusted. So if you go from eating keto, you've lost weight, you're losing weight, you're low inflammatory diet, everything's going great, and then all of a sudden you switch over to a carnivorous diet, what is one of the very first complaints you see people complain about when they go from carnivore to keto or keto to carnivore? I've gained 5 pounds this week. I've gained 8 pounds this week. And then guess what? You switch back over again to keto. Guess what happens? Now your gut flora, everything has to change again. The switching back and forth can be very natural, and for some people it could be instant and they don't have a problem switching at all. Be very careful when you do this, because remember, there's a transition process back and forth to the two. Very often we find that people that go from keto to carnivore gain 5 to 10 pounds in the first week or two before they actually start losing 3 to 4 weeks later, because their whole digestive tract is switching. Everything, the flora is changing. And then when you go back to carnivore again, all of a sudden you're like, man, I gained another 2 or 3 pounds. What happened? Some people are sensitive to the switching back and forth. If you're going to do it, I would do it 1 or 2 times, give it a shot and see what happens. And if it ain't working for you in those 1 or 2 times, pick something. Pick carnivore or pick keto and run it. Run it for 30 days, run it for 60 days before you actually try switching and then going back to another type of eating, and then gauge from there. But short, I would say something more like 5 days keto, 2 days carnivore, 5 days keto, 2 days carnivore, or 3 days carnivore and 4 days keto would be better, because your body has transitioned. It's not switching so much. It's still got a basis of a short window of intake that is very similar. So if you're doing 4 days keto and 3 days carnivore, clean yourself out a little bit, and then you're right back into keto. You clean yourself out a little bit, you're right back into keto. I can see something like that in short spurts being more effective than going 2 weeks keto and then 1 week carnivore, because you've changed so much in those 2 weeks that your whole digestive tract is probably still in a transitional phase of trying to change. I hope this is more clear. I hope this sheds some light. I hope this makes sense in some way, shape, or form. Short spurts I can see being effective. 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks and 2 weeks, I don't know about that. I would do it in short spurts, or I would do it in 30-day or 60-day intervals. That's how I would do it. But I wouldn't do like 2 weeks getting adapted or adjusted to keto, not fully adapted, but adjusted to keto, and then all of a sudden thrown a week in there of nothing but carnivore. You could gain weight fairly quick trying to transition from one to the other. As where 4 days of keto and 3 days of carnivore, there's not too much of a shock there. Your body's still kind of adjusted to keto before you go back into it. Anyway, that's my thoughts, guys. I appreciate you. God bless.